Muriel, gateway to Ireland's lakelands.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Country Time in Quinn, where I'll be coming to a live web TV near you. With over 2.6 million views in over 220 countries, this show is live on the internet every Friday evening from 8:39 p.m. GMT. If you would like your artists or venues featured on the show, you can contact drumlinmedia@gmail.com, quinnscountrytime@gmail.com. And tonight, our very special guest on the show there, we have Muriel O'Connor. And on keyboards and vocals there, we have Fran Curry. And we're going to get a song from them first, just to give you a flavour of what's coming on tonight. And we'll leave it over to Muriel and Fran.
I know I shouldn't be here tonight. I hardly know this man. It's been a long time since I felt as pretty as he tells me I am. I've met him at the coffee shop, and I've met him in the park, but I've never been alone with him in this dress after dark. And there's so many shades of grey, but this is black and white. And he's some stranger's husband, and I'm some stranger's wife. And 10 floors up, he's waiting with champagne and candlelight. What'll keep me out of heaven will take me there tonight. The arrow's on the second floor, the bell's about to ring, and if I don't turn away right now, I'll walk into this thing. If I step into that elevator, there ain't no turning around. And I don't know what scares me most, the ride up or the ride down. And there's so many shades of grey, but this is black and white. And he's some stranger's husband, I'm some stranger's wife. And 10 floors up, he's waiting with champagne and candlelight. What'll keep me out of heaven will take me there tonight. And 10 floors up, he's waiting with champagne and candlelight. What'll keep me out of heaven will take me there tonight.
Woo! There you are, ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Muriel O'Connor and Fran on keyboard as well. Both of you, welcome to the show here, and it's lovely having you here in Cavan in our studios.
Thank you
very much for having us.
It's great to have you here. You're Limerick based?
I'm Limerick, and all my life didn't shop or change or move or anything, unfortunately.
Yes. And Fran?
Oh, Tipperary.
Oh,
and
yes.
like that, didn't chop or change or move either.
Probably Tipperary hurler.
Absolutely.
A great spot, a great spot. And you're in the music scene for a number of years?
It's like this. I think that when I was born, I was singing coming out.
Right.
It was a case of, we had a bar at home, and there was music every Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
And with the result, it was a case of I grew up with music all around me from the day I was born and brought home, right? Music was in the bar. I'd come home at lunch hour and at 1 o'clock, and there would be a sing-song because it was that era where people could drink, drive and do everything they had, and it was a case that the lunch break was a couple of pints, and I'd go home and we had a little band at home, right, in the bar. They were known as the Horrors. Exactly.
I thought that was after the drink.
Yeah, they were called the Horrors, and one was a school teacher, one was a lorry driver, and the other guy belonged to CIE, and they'd come in for their lunch, which was a pint, and there was no such. They'd sit down, they'd play up, and we'd all dance and we'd sing, and I'd get whatever was going at home and back to school again.
Right.
And then it progressed, and I did cabaret when I was only about 10 or 11, and I did it, sang opposite Dana, believe it or not.
Very nice, very nice.
And then I kind of went fast forward again, and we did some work, and I recorded with Brenda Grace.
Right.
And it was a case of, it just was all around me. I grew up with it, and I don't know life without music.
It is just a constant flow of music from start and even to the present day as well as we've known. And Fran, yourself as well?
I'm just sorry I wasn't part of the Horrors.
You missed that era.
I missed out that huge. A bit like Muriel, it was always music, Seamus.
Yes.
Always from when I was a kid. I wanted to do nothing else whatsoever. But I spent a lot of time with the Bards. I was 17 years with the Bards.
Very nice.
And we had songs like Lanigan's Ball and
Yes.
the oldest swinger in town and all that.
Beautiful music.
So we had a whale of a time for years and years, and I produced a lot of records and stuff over the years as well. But I'm with Muriel for the last almost 2 years or so.
Right.
We're thinking of renaming me to be the Horror now.
No, I don't think that. And actually, in fact, and I've been looking at some of your shows and seeing them, and you just work exceptionally well together. You know,
we have a lot of fun.
It takes a while to find the right couple that they will gel well together, and you certainly do. You come across exceptionally well.
Yeah,
very
it's
good.
great.
And it is nice to have that.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's magic.
It is magic, and when you got something like that, you hold on to it.
Absolutely.
You really hold on to it, because I think that's what makes life go round and makes it work far better.
Well, Muriel's very lucky to have a lot of very loyal fans that have been coming around for years and years and years, and they've embraced the whole idea of the show. So there's always plenty of fun and plenty of laughs, I can tell you that.
Well, I can tell you, folks, there's no doubt about that with Muriel, and I've seen her in action here, and even here tonight. The fun, she's bubbly, and it comes across so well in your performance, even on or off stage. On or off stage, it is fantastic.
As I said, music it's a great gift, because even no matter if you have pain inside, whether it's physical, mental, or whatever, it seems to be a great relief.
Yes.
Thing.
And then it's grand. And even your influences there as well, you were saying there, that was part of your influences. But to your music as well, influences, who would you have now aspired to, like, you know, in regard to artists like your songs? Or
When I was about 4 years of age, we had a baby chair at home, right? And there was such a thing as a tail comb. It was the comb up here, and there was a little tail to it.
Right.
So I'd hop over and put the little baby chair, stand up on top of it. There was a mirror in the kitchen at the time. The kitchen, at the time of my growing up, it was a case of sitting room, kitchen, everything. Everybody congregated there. Anyway, we pushed the little chair over, stood up. Tail comb was my microphone in my head.
Okay.
The mirror was the TV. And the song I'd be singing was Joe Dolan's Dum Dee Dum Dee Dum. And like, to me, Joe Dolan, he was magic. Cliff Richard, Tina Turner, Philomena Beckley, all of them. I loved every one of them. They all had different parts that they could bring to my party, that I could learn stuff from. Yeah.
And it is what got you where you are today as well, and you've settled down into a certain mode of songs that you sing, and you can bring a bit of all that into your whole show that you do out from place to place. You're actually doing a spell even within the Glen Eagle in Killarney as well.
Yeah, we're Fran and I we're part of the resident band in the Glen Eagle. Have been there for quite some years. Fabulous company to work with, and a fabulous family.
Yeah.
And they're great, and it's a great unit, because we all know the bar staff and the waitress staff and the management staff, and we all gel together.
Yes.
And of course, it's lovely that you go there every week, and it's a different crowd of people, you know, and from different parts of the country. So it's always some bit of crack, isn't it? And you know so many of them at this point as well.
We do, and we get tours coming back 3 and 4 times a year to that particular hotel, you know. But we work with quite a lot of hotels, but it's great fun when they meet up with Fran and then the Tipperary crowd coming down.
And just listen to Fran, it's not Tipperary accent, because we had actually Rowan Collins in here a few weeks ago. I think Paul had him in here, and you sound very uncanny like him, right?
Too many years on radio.
No, it comes across. And you're the radio station there in Tip as well,
Yeah, I'm general manager of Tip FM. When I gave up being with the Bards on the road, I got into radio accidentally. I used to do one program a week, and one thing led to another. And yeah, I love radio as well. It's very similar, I suppose, to this business in a lot of ways, in that it's entertainment and it is chatting to people and mixing with people and stuff. You know, so it's it's very enjoyable.
And it's a great way of meeting people, and I suppose for us all, the music is all part of us. It flows through us, and we love music. And it doesn't matter for me. I don't care what the music is, as long as it's good.
Absolutely.
I could be at a Cayley session in the country or something else another night. Once the music is good, I love every bit of it. I really do.
Yeah.
I
well,
enjoy
Muriel takes an awful lot of different genres of music during the show. I mean, you do everything from Tina Turner to Tammy Wynette to a lot of Irish music as well, you know. So it's nice to be able to mix it up like that.
It is, and depending on the crowd, and would you have people out there that would actually be requesting maybe certain material, or would you just kind of just look at the audience tonight and say, I think we'll run a wee bit of Tina Turner tonight?
No, I think what it is radio has now kind of got such an array of music, right, that no longer can you look down at an audience and say, right, country tonight, folk tonight, da-da-da. No matter what age group you've got in front of you, they all seem to have quite a rounded version of all types of music. And I remember, like what you said, you know, I was over in Britain one time and I looked down and I thought, oh my goodness, I wonder have I the right repertoire for this audience. And the gentleman that was managing the place in London at the time said, listen, good music is always appreciated regardless as to what you do. And exactly what you've said, that endorsed the whole thing.
It certainly does, and people will gel in, and once you find them starting to sing along with it and go bobbing, you see them going, you know you've got them along with you, all right.
And no matter how tired you are at that point, everybody sort of comes up trumps at that point, you know, the fun always starts.
It is a lovely, and I love when you're sitting down and it's a cabaret setting, you're there and you have your glass of wine and you enjoy this, well, we say
we
wine.
We don't know that.
You're a man after my own heart.
Lemonade. No, I love the wine red particularly. But it's great now to just sit and enjoy that. And even I love to go for a weekend and overnight where you can really relax and enjoy the whole thing. Having to get up and rush away, it takes away the whole, what we call the ambience of the whole thing as well.
Well, you can come on tour with us. There's no problem. We're leaving in just a little while.
Right.
We have space for you.
I'd love that. I would love that. Maybe you get another song from me there shortly. But for now, we will go to a break, and when we come back from the break, we'll be hearing another song like from Muriel and Fran.
Crystal Hotel provides 4-star accommodation on the edge of Cavan Town. Located conveniently on the Dublin Road, just 60 minutes away from Dublin. With 85 beautifully appointed bedrooms and a number of luxurious suites. We offer wedding packages. With our one wedding a day policy, we guarantee to make yours a special day. Enjoy a meal at our award-winning Opus One restaurant, or have a drink in the atrium or residence bars. Feeling energetic, you can work out in Zest Health and Fitness Club, or maybe pamper yourself and visit Utopia Health and Beauty Clinic, or Avita's Hair Salon, both located on site. Situated only 5 minutes from Cavan Town Centre and local amenities. Cavan Crystal Hotel, gateway to Ireland's Lakelands.
Right, that is our break now, and now we'll go back to our music, what I promised there, Muriel and Fran.
These are the precious years. Put on a smile and dry your tears. We've been good friends through thick and thin, and I would do it all again. You ask me if I'm still in love with you. Do rivers flow? Is the sky black or blue? And darling, please dry your tears, 'cause these are the precious years. When the race is run, you'll be the only one I'll be searching for when day is done, day is done. When the race is run, you'll be the only one I'll be searching for when day is done, day is done. 'Cause these are the precious years. Put on a smile, dry your tears. We've been good friends through thick and thin, and I would do it all again. 'Cause these are precious years.
Beautiful, beautiful song, Precious Years. And I have to say, Muriel, it is a fabulous song. And it's one song that I actually listen to an awful lot because it has got an awful lot in it. Like, you know, that song, where did it come from?
Well, Fran found it, I sang it, and it was written by a gentleman called Matt Manning, who is from Cork, but he's living out in the States at the minute. And he writes some beautiful material. But I wasn't aware of the man until Fran introduced him into my little music world, and since then I've met him through Facebook and other parts, but he's an amazing songwriter.
He is, and there's a lot of feeling and depth within that song as well too.
Well, you see, it's what you're trying to do is trying to get people to stop in the moment that they're living in, and even though you may feel that you're going through a particularly bad time, if you stop for 1 second and look at the things you do have within your life and say, okay, it's not everything, but I certainly have a lot of things, because sometimes people fail to see what they have actually in their life, whether it's children, grandchildren, friends, family, a home over their head, or even if it's only just that ice cream that you were longing for, that you can go in and buy that. All those little moments are precious.
They are, and they are very precious.
Yes, they are.
And that was probably the part that actually kind of got to me, and to a lot of people out there too. Like, you know, it is, and it's a lovely song just to listen to. So relaxing as well.
And you know what I always kind of remind myself every day that I look in the mirror, I go, right, today is the youngest day you're going to be in your lifetime. So enjoy it. And it's true, because tomorrow you're another 24 hours older. So look at it.
I'm just looking at you in reality here, and it shows in your smile and your face and everything as well too. And it does really enjoy every moment of life. Enjoy all moments of life.
Can be taken so quickly.
And it can
Yeah.
very much
Yeah.
take it quickly. And for anyone, you were talking there about playing with the Bards, you had a great time touring with them and enjoying
A
it.
fantastic time, Seamus. I'm still recovering from it after all the years. I still wake up screaming about Julia during the nights. But yeah, we had a ball. We travelled all over the world. Some really wonderful, exotic places we got to, everywhere from Iceland to China to Indonesia, all over America, and of course England, and needless to say here in Ireland. But yeah, it was great times. And there were different kind of times as well, you know.
Completely.
Particularly when you brought the Irish music abroad. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Yeah.
And there's that great feeling, like, you know, when you're out there, you just felt so much at home. And
Absolutely.
everybody went with. No wonder they hit the
Absolutely
big
marvellous.
times, and they were fantastic times.
Yeah, and of course it was back in the 80s as well, when there was emigration like we've had over the
Yes.
last few years as well. But it was so special for people to come across an Irish band then singing the songs of back home, and even to youngsters who you wouldn't think would be into that kind of music.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
meant everything to them when they were away. It was totally different, you know.
I've seen it, and even we get emails in there from people in Australia and America, and they're over there. What's happening back home? And,
Yeah.
you know, can we see some of the new bands or new materials coming out there? Because they would see and know about the normal Declan Ernie's and Mick Flabbins and those people as well. But there's other people out there that they haven't seen, and what's new on the scene. We're hearing a lot of things that's happening out there, and is the country picking back up again? And it is. It's on the move, and music, I think, is very soothing. People love just watching that and seeing stuff like that there. And I'm quite sure the people, when they see your show going out here tonight, and they can watch it anytime, even tomorrow or next week or next year, it'll still be there. That's what people love. They love to see a wee bit of home, and it
Absolutely.
brings that sense of comfort to them as well too.
Exactly.
That's what you like. You were saying on tour. You were in England at one stage as well. Weren't you?
Oh, we do. Half horse, we'll travel, don't mind. Like the two of us have no problem. Yeah, we did the States, we did Britain, and we're trying to get around as much of Ireland as we can. But thankfully, both of us haven't a problem with travelling or doing anything. Once they want us to do the music, we're there to do
At
it.
the drop of a hat, you can just up
Absolutely.
and away. And that's a lovely way to be as well. Because at stage, probably we all, maybe with family and things like that, and you're kind of tight, and then you get to a point in your life where you can say, yeah, I'm just free to go as a bird. I just get up and go.
Absolutely. But I think musicians, by their nature, if travel was to stop them, they just wouldn't be in the business, you know, or if they didn't like travel, they wouldn't be in the business. But I mean, we look forward to it all the time, you know.
Yeah, and
It's a new adventure.
Well, everywhere's a new adventure.
Absolutely.
And have you played up, as we call up this end of the country, this neck of the woods?
Oh God, yeah, we have. Yeah.
Because it's lovely having you up here in
From
Cavan.
Cork to Donegal.
We're so delighted. And it is great, and people love that kind of music down here as well too. It's just that they've captured you down south, we say. So we're going to try and haul you up northern end, but
We'd
keep
be
you up here
delighted.
for a while
We'd be delighted.
on that end of things. It is fantastic.
We don't mind, we're up for adoption anywhere.
There you are, folks.
Yes.
There you are. And they will travel. You just arrange the venue, and away you go, and they'll be there.
That's for sure.
And
you
we'll
can get-
pack them in for you.
That's what it is. And they will bring the crowds in, I can guarantee you that. You do all sorts of events, weddings, corporate events, things like that.
Yes. We, thankfully, because I suppose we're in this business for so long, you couldn't but get a big round bit of music, and with the result we are able to kind of go from one venue to another. Let's say if you want us for a dinner dance or a corporate, or you want us for social dancing, or you want us for anything, we're there, because we have a rounded education of music, I suppose, at
Well,
this stage.
you can put a repertoire of music together
Yeah.
to suit each particular venue, depends on the show.
We're
And for people
versatile.
to be able to get in contact with you as well, then, and I'm just seeing down here, there is all Muriel O'Connor there, and that's on Facebook there, emails and telephone numbers, mobile, the whole lot. So people, you can get in contact on these numbers, and they will be there on the site all the time, where actually people can get in contact with you. But mostly Facebook there, people who just go in, take a wee view and see what happens. And you have some videos up on YouTube as well too.
Oh yeah, there's about 4 of them up there at the moment.
Right.
You know, and a few more to come.
Absolutely.
We've a duet coming on board as well.
We might even make a movie soon. Well, now that we see the fantastic facilities you have here, we'll
Look
never know.
at you talk to the guys here, and they'll not be long making a movie for you.
We're great actors.
No.
Muriel O'Connor, the movie, has a certain...
Well, look at it. We'll take on board more yourselves there. We'll take on board and we'll make the movie for you, and you can just say what you want in and what you don't want in. Now, and certainly, and there's onto the music music would be just fantastic, and it come across. DVDs, have you any made, or is it just?
Not at the moment, but it's in the pipeline,
Right.
halfway's there. And
Right.
we have a new album coming out very shortly.
Right.
And it has been produced by Fran and Joe down in Tipperary. And with 3 more songs to put together, and hopefully we'll get in around that and get it out as soon as
Have you
possible.
a time frame?
Oh, we
maybe,
have.
or end
Well,
of
the end
year?
of the summer, we're
End of
hopeful
summer,
that the album will be out. It has to be out by the end.
I know, and as I would say to people out there, when people go into studio as well, like it's not just a matter of going and do it today. It does take a number of weeks and months to actually put the thing together for the way
Well,
you
if you're
want
going
it.
to do it right, and like in fairness, we have done this one really top notch, right? And we have released singles so that people don't. The worst thing you get is don't know that one, don't know that one. And so what we did this time is we released singles so that people are familiar by the time the LP comes out. Now I know that one. Now I know that one,
Yes,
and then
that's
you're
it.
off to the races.
And they're the ones that you use then in your album then as well.
Yep.
Yes, so that people know before they, like the Precious Years, if we had put that on the back, never heard of that one, waltzing in it, right?
Yeah.
And it's a case of now they're familiar with it, they do like it from the feedback we've got, and it's a case of, please God, when the album is out, we'll be launching, and we might even come up around this neck of the woods and launch
We
it
will,
as well.
definitely.
You look, we'd be delighted that you can come in here, you launch it, and actually sing a few songs from that as well. You're more than welcome to come back to us at any time, whenever you launch something. We'll certainly
Excellent.
give you full exposure here on the show,
Nice, nice.
and it'd be great to do that, where people can actually get your CDs or materials to buy.
At the moment, they're on iTunes, and also at this particular time, we're in negotiations with other people that want to
Right.
do distribution as well. You know, especially with the album coming out.
Right.
Now there are other albums. There's about 3 or 4 of them back there as well. You know, so it's a case of. Currently, if you want to get them, it's on iTunes, or if you're at the gig that we're at.
You'll be
But
selling them.
hopefully, by the end of the year, we'll have it be so big.
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
That'd be
But
excellent.
these things just doesn't happen overnight. They just
No.
take time. to put
Everything is
together.
a journey,
Yeah.
and everybody's running and racing instead of enjoying.
Well, there was a time when you could say in all good record stores, but that's,
It's not all, and a lot of them have dwindled away as well.
yeah,
since
absolutely.
they
There's so
have-
many
they have.
different formats now.
But you
to-
see
to
now,
really-
now with iTunes and things out there,
Yeah.
like people can buy online,
And they all want it now.
Sure.
oh yeah, and you find at the gigs as well, and we see all the other artists as well, and they're selling their material there at the shows, and people they're just coming out the shows, the concerts, and they're just buying them because
Yeah.
they like what they hear. They see it on the album, and yes, I'll take that.
It's terrific,
And might even
yeah.
take another one as well with them as well.
They do.
You give to somebody. I've seen that happen as well too, which is great, and it's great for yourselves as well. You're off now the next few days. Where are you playing around?
We're in Sligo tomorrow night, and then we're back down in Tipperary on Sunday night.
Back home.
Yeah.
Home.
And we were in Killarney again last night as well. And we're start back then, is it Wednesday night?
Back in Killarney again. yeah.
Wednesday is Killarney, Mitchelstown is Thursday. Is it Sligo?
And it goes on.
It
And
does,
on.
yeah. Thanks be to God, like for us, Tipwood, wherever it is, it's, yeah, it's
Shows,
working
no?
and it's great. And long may that stay, you know.
And why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it? And the name of the hotel in Sligo?
It's
Mullockmore.
Oh, beautiful,
Mullockmore.
beautiful
It's a
place.
gorgeous place.
Oh,
It's
it is
really,
a
really
gorgeous
special,
place.
yeah.
It is a lovely place to go
Yeah.
in. And they will enjoy it because like you're born into Donegal there and all those areas.
Yeah.
Sligo
Absolutely.
And, that area. And it's a nice place to be. And a lot of people go up there for weekends as well too. So which is going to make the thing even more special. People coming there and listen to your music.
Yeah.
But look, it was great having you here in the studio
Thank you,
tonight.
Seamus.
And it was a pleasure. And your music is just, I can just say class. It is, and I love it. And I'm just sitting here, and there's times I just felt like getting up and waltzing around the floor. I just get drawn to it. And this is the kind of music, folks, actually, that day you'll be just drawn in. If you're at one of the shows, you have to get up and dance because the music just brings you that way. And whatever way Muriel just brings it out, it flows out of you, so it just flows out. But you're going to finish off tonight for us with another 2 songs as well, and it'd be great to hear that. And while you're getting ready for that, I'd like to say a very big thanks to my very special guest here tonight, Muriel O'Connor, all the way from Limerick, and we have Fran Corey, all the way as well from Tipperary. and it was great having them here in the studio. But I'd also like to say best wishes to a guy, Thomas Milligan. I was at his show down in Irvinstown in Fermanagh last night, and I wish him all the best with his new album launch. And our new man on the scene there is Shane Owens, who's playing in the Glencairn tonight and in the Allingham Arms tomorrow night. I wish him the best of luck. But from Country Time and Quinn, and my very special guest, we have Muriel O'Connor and Fran Curry, and they're going to play us out tonight here with a few more songs here. But from Country Time and Quinn and my very special guest, good night and have a great weekend.
There's an old Cayley band in the spotlight, and darling, let's take to the floor. I feel like a queen, you look like a king. You're all I could ask for and more. I don't wear no rubies, no diamonds, and we don't have a mansion of gold. But I promise you this, sealed with a kiss, my love will never grow cold. So let's go round one more time, my darling. There's love and the music's just right. Forget all our cares till the morning, 'cause I'm waltzing an angel tonight. Yes, I'm a waltzing an angel tonight. Just like the first time I saw you at the school dance the far side of town, and you walked me home in the morning, and we saw the sun going down. Many years have rolled by, now we're married, and we've seen some hard times go by. Still I'm the happiest girl on this dance floor, 'cause I'm waltzing an angel tonight. So let's go round one more time, my darling. Oh, there's love and the music's just right. Forget all our cares till the morning, 'cause I'm waltzing an angel tonight. Yes, I'm a waltzing an angel tonight. There's that same sparkle in your eyes I felt for right from the start, and you put a ring on my finger, oh, just like your heart. So let's go round one more time, my darling. Oh, there's love and the music's just right. Forget all our cares till the morning, 'cause I'm waltzing an angel tonight. Yes, I'm a waltzing an angel tonight. Whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you'll know what you'll get, and then take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know who's sick, don't let anybody hear you singing this song. We all know what I'm speaking of when I mention you know what, and if you should know it here, then you know what you'll get, for they'll take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. And if anyone asks who told you that, please don't mention me. Well, whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you know what you'll get, and they take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know who's sick, don't let anyone hear you singing this song. We all know who I'm speaking of when I mention you know who. And if you know who should hear me, you know what he'll do. So if you don't see me around, you know why I'm away. And if anyone asks who told you that, please don't mention me. Well, whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you know what you'll get. And then take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know whose sake, don't let anyone hear you singing this song. Well, that's enough about so-and-so, not to mention such and such. And I'd better end my song, I've already said too much. For the less you see and the less you hear, the less you'll go astray. And the less you think and the less you do, the more you'll hear them say. Well, whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you know what you'll get. And they'll take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know whose sake, don't let anyone hear you singing this song. Whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you know what you'll get. And they'll take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know whose sake, don't let anyone hear you singing this song. So for you know whose sake, don't let anyone hear you singing this song.